I'm not helping them. They can send me a DM, they can send me an email, they can come, fuck them, I'm not helping them. They come to the gym, fuck them, my time's worth more than this. I've spent too much money on my education, too much money on this, too much money on that. So you want to tell me that you're a little fucking upset? You seriously want to have that discussion with me? The Live, Learn, Pass On, something started many, many years ago. Basically, it's my philosophy on life that I applied it to the company, and then the company is, used that kind of as a motto. We've had several mottos, but it's one that we fall back on more than anything else. The live part, I'll talk more about in the closing, but essentially it's just, you can't change the past, but we can learn from it. You can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it. But what you can do is pay attention to what's going on right now. And I'm just speaking training. Okay, so in training, you pay attention to what's going on now. So you have to be able to learn how to auto-regulate your training. If I was to talk to, Dave or Joe or any of the guys that have been competing for 20 years, I can guarantee if I really sat down and probed them, by the time they get in their car to go to the gym to do the training session, and before the training session's over, they've made 30 fucking different decisions that weren't what it was supposed to be when they went into the gym, based upon how they felt. It's like they're driving to the gym and they're like, yeah, I need to go to the gym. Then they start driving like, fuck. It's like, I knew every exit there was on 70 to not go to the gym, to turn around and go back home. So if I'm going there and I want to turn off really, really bad, I kind of know going in the gym, I have to change some shit, because I really don't want to do it. My body's trying to tell me something. Then you walk in the door and there's a bunch of fucking knobs or nitwits or whatever, all of a sudden you're like, oh, fuck. Your rack's being used, or, somebody's fucking squatting with a deadlift bar, something stupid that really shouldn't set you off, but it does. And you're like, fuck, so you got to wait. And then the real decisions start to happen when you start warming up, and you're like, shit. It's like the shoulder isn't where it's supposed to be. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Maybe I don't want to do the close grip inclines if that's what was planned. Maybe I'm going to do a 3-board. So there's all these decisions that are being made. Then they start warming up. It's like, shit, I'll take the bar. And it's like, nah, I better take the bar again. And take it again. So there's like 25 sets done before 135 even goes on the bar. Or it's bar, quarter, plate. All right, these are all decisions that they're making because you're not going to jump a weight until your body is ready to jump that weight. Now, if you're given a piece of paper that says you do 45, 95, 105, 115, you do that. You just took away a huge component of being able to warm up effectively to be able to handle the heavier loads afterwards. All right, so then the heavy lift, they get to the heavy sets. All right, and it's like, fuck, that didn't feel like the way it was supposed to. I need to back it down just a little bit. I'll go 20 pounds less than what's actually required. Or fuck, that felt a little bit better, so they might go 10 pounds. They don't get greedy, but might go 10 pounds more because it's there. And then after that, they're, fuck, the squats are done. It's like, oh man, I am fucked up. You're shot. I'm just doing abs, getting the fuck out of here. Or I feel pretty good. I'm going to do speed pulls, and I'm going to go. So there's a ton of, tell me if I'm wrong, any of you guys. There's all these micro decisions that are going on that you have to learn how to regulate. All right, when somebody's saying do this and you just go do that, you're eliminating that possibility. So you're actually increasing your chances to not progress, to not get better, and to not learn from your own training. So those little decisions are what I would consider being there. I don't want to say in the now, but paying attention to what the fuck is going on while you're there in the gym at that time. Not what next week's training is going to be or last week, but what the fuck is happening right now. And being able to pivot from that. All right, so that's the live part. Again, you can't change the past, you can't predict the future, but you can control this, which helps to prepare for that future. You have to be able to learn. You have to educate yourself so you can make those decisions. Yes, a lot of that comes with experience, but also if you're not educating yourself, you're going to think, maybe I feel good today, maybe I should push it, but no, maybe I shouldn't. because you don't know. Or maybe I should back it down, but maybe I shouldn't, because you don't know. So that's where the education part of the training comes in. I don't care if all you want to do is lift fucking weights and have somebody to tell you what to do. That's still not going to get you to your best potential. It's not going to happen. You still have to learn what the fuck you're doing. You still have to learn how to pivot and how to make those decisions. You know, how to listen and when to ignore. You know, all those things kind of fall on you. Or you can't blindly follow what people say either. You have to be able to have that educational skill and mindset to be able to understand the training process to be able to do that. Very few people have the genetic ability to just, you know, blow up in the sport and be the best of the best in any sport they are while being a complete idiot. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in every sport, but it's still fucking rare, and they don't last long. Especially in this sport, especially in powerlifting. You're beating the shit out of yourself. The pass on part, I can address a few different ways. I've gotten to where I am through training and through business and through everything else by other people helping me. So I've told the story a million times, I'll tell it again, but as I said earlier in the presentation, when I came into this profession, there were really no strength coaches. There were no personal trainers. There certainly was no online trainers. There was maybe only two or three other websites that had educational content outside of elitefts. You know, it wasn't there. So all the people that helped me learn training helped me for free. They helped me because they wanted to see me get better. They were passing on what they learned, because there's something to be said for watching somebody get better than you. One of the things that Louis drove into our heads when we were in the gym is it was my responsibility to make those guys that I was training with stronger than me. And it was their responsibility to make me then stronger than them. So it became more my responsibility to make them stronger than my responsibility to make me stronger. That makes the gym better. So if you've ever heard Louis say, I don't give a fuck what Westside can do for you, I care what you can do for Westside. That's what he's referring to. He's referring to that in world records. But that was ingrained, that you have to be able to pass on. And he was also a guy that was helping me when I was 13. Nobody throughout my powerlifting career ever charged me a fucking cent to be able to teach me what I know. I haven't spoke about anything yet today that I actually learned in college. None of it I paid for. You know, all of it I learned through other people and obviously through reading a shit ton of material to be able to educate myself for that. So I have to pass that on. For me to not pass that on, it's a disservice to the industry, because look at what's available now and what I see happening with people in the industry now, not all, but a lot, is they have their little grassland, you know, their little forest and their soil, and they're planting seeds and they're waiting for the shit to grow. And they water it, and it's not growing, and they wait, and they sit on a tree, you know, lean on the tree, fucking not growing. They water it more, not growing. Then they start getting pissed off, like, fuck, why do I keep doing this? This isn't worth my time. I went to fucking school. I'm worth more than this. You know, why do I keep fucking doing this? It's not growing. So they're pissed off now because their garden, their grass isn't growing. Their seed's not growing. They're getting mad as hell about it, and they're like, fuck this. I'm not helping anybody anymore. Unless they pay me, fuck them. I'm not helping them. They can send me a DM, they can send me an email, they can come, fuck them, I'm not helping them. They come to the gym, fuck them. My time's worth more than this. I've spent too much money on my education, too much money on this, too much money on that, and they bitch and they bitch and they bitch. And what they don't realize is the trees that they're leaning against, the grass that they're standing on, were seeds that were planted by these guys 20, 30 years ago, who were going to universities and helping the players for free. They weren't strength coaches because they didn't have a name. They didn't have a title. You know, they were the people in the gyms that were walking up to somebody doing pull downs and sticking a knee in their back saying, dude, keep your chest upright. You know, all those people created the professions that these people today are bitching about. It's like, do you realize, you know, your people will fucking pay you for you to send them a program over the fucking internet. You know, that shit didn't exist. That was created by their seeds. So you're laying concrete now, and you're being all fucking mad about it. So if you're gonna lay concrete, what do you expect the future professions to have? You know, in this industry, we should be creating greater opportunity for the future professions, for the kids, to be able to do the same service these guys did for us. I was told my whole fucking life I couldn't make any money or make a living on this lifting weight thing. I am. And it's not because of the shit that I did. I got a really good fucking staff, always had a good staff, but also was able to play in a fucking forest in a field that had great fucking seeds and crops. I didn't plant them. The ones I'm planting are for the next generation. I think more people have to understand that. And when I get kickback from that, which I do, I still get kickback from that. My argument back with that is, okay, you've been taken advantage of. Somebody sapped you for your time. You sent them a program and they never fucking paid, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. I can name probably 100 coaches or lifters that I've sat in the weight room with on a glass table and helped them develop a training philosophy. Strength coaches at major universities, spending 3 or 4 hours with them trying to find where their gap is. Because everybody has a training philosophy and development right now. They just don't know what they don't know. So I'll spend hours trying to help them find what they don't know. Or have somebody come in and help them with their business that's, you know, trying to grow spot athletics or something like that. And hours with them. And then 3 months later, their whole fucking gym is outfitted by somebody else. So you want to tell me that you're a little fucking upset because you gave free advice to this one person and then they went and hired another coach? You seriously want to have that discussion with me? This is a $300,000 weight room and multiple or training centers I can bitch about. So you want to have this conversation with me, seriously, about what it's about? My reply back is fuck you. My other reply is, you want to know how the universe works? It's not a fucking med ball rebounder. It's not like you're taking a 10-pound med ball and throwing it out. You're giving the information out and you're throwing it out and then that comes right back to you. That's not how the universe works. That's how you think it does, but it doesn't. You throw the fucking med ball over the rebounder, you know what? It don't fucking come back. You're looking for it to come back, it don't come back. But here's what I do. I'm not telling you I don't get pissed. I still get pissed. It still bothers me. But I will physically stand up when I'm in a mindset like that. I'll stand up, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to say, okay, now wait a minute. How many hundreds of thousands of people have done business with us that I've never spoken to? Throw the med ball out, thousands come back. Don't be looking for the one you threw out to come back. That's not how it works. That's what passing on is. You know, outside of helping people, for everybody that thinks you have to have a return from what you put out, maybe you already fucking have it, but you're too fucking egotistical and naive to see it. It's right there. So you want to keep that in mind. So from here, we'll take a break, use the restrooms, then come back and go into, you're going to wave that. Every week is the goal. I do understand.